Well, it's the Direct Line coming to you once again, and we are fast approaching the end of the month, which means that the Betway Summer Cup is upon us, almost here, literally 12 days away, and the weights were released earlier on today. The Direct Line team will be busy sorting which horses they like out for the big day and the big meeting. But I'm so privileged to be sitting here with our entire team of the Direct Line. And this is a first ever. If anyone's watching this, I mean, following us since Clock in the Gallop days, this is the first time that the Ghost Rider will make a public appearance. You're not going to see him, but you will be able to hear him, and his voice has not been disguised either. So we'll go to that in a moment. But my first port of call is to welcome our regular members who you do see, Lyle Cooper and Nino Podesta, back onto the Direct Line. Nino, I'm going to leave you for next because I want to welcome back Lyle, who we haven't seen for quite a while. Lyle, it's great to see you. The last time I did a video about you was with your wonderful fiancée, Charlene, and that was to talk about your current state of health and to start raising funds. I've got to say that I'm very happy with the way that you're looking, but how have things been? Because you're not back at work and you're unlikely to be back at work up until probably the beginning of next year sometime. But how are you?
Well, interesting, Nick, I've put on 10 kilograms. I've aged 10 years, and I still think I'm the best looking guy in this group.
Okay.
But besides that...
you might well be. You might well be.
Besides that, it's been a real... I was in hospital for probably 2-3 months in total. Yeah. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But we're getting there. The treatment started and very positive outlook. So we're looking good. And it's my pleasure as well to be with you other three guys for the first time all together on this live platform.
Yeah.
Just even so the punters out there can just see how we are, the dynamic for how we work as personalities. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Just, I'm sure you would also like to thank everyone that's contributed either to the Backer Buddy campaign or to the contribution account that we set up for you. It must be one of the things that I'm sure you'd want to say that they've really helped you out.
It's truly amazing how some people have put their hand in their pocket, and I don't even know some of them, Nico. So I will be personally in the future writing a message to each one. But in the meantime, amazing support, and I thank those people from the bottom of my heart. It shows your true colors. I think when you're down, you see your true friends, and in the dark times, there's been a lot of positive light. So thank you so much to those guys. And we've got a golf day on Friday as well that they're doing. Grant Knowles is doing a golf day for me down in Cape Town.
Yes, I know. He's doing it.
That's amazing.
That's going to be fantastic.
Amazing.
On the show with us is Nino Podesta. Now, Nino, your face is well recognizable, especially amongst those that follow Port Elizabeth racing, Eastern Cape racing, because in the days of Clock in the Gallop, you became an instant hero with your analysis of the card, and you continue to tip via the Direct Line. I know you started going back to the racecourse these days out of COVID, which is great news. But it's great to still have you as part of our team and with all those years of expertise behind you.
Nico, yeah, nice to be back and nice to be. I feel proud to be loyal and proud to be part of this amazing team. And I'll be the first to say how happy I am to see Lyle looking so good and people digging deep in their pockets to help him. And I'm sure I know one guy that he's going to thank first. And Lyle knows who I'm talking about. But
yeah.
Just nice to know that so many people in the racing industry are helping you, Lyle, and I think it's well deserved. You're a brilliant presenter, a good tipster, and an amazing person, and very humble.
Thank you, Nino. Appreciate it.
Wonderful stuff. And then, as I said, we owe it to our viewers, and we owe it to all our supporters and the paying subscribers to somehow acknowledge the exploits of the one and only Ghost Rider, who joined us right in the beginning when things were tough for us to find a person that would tip for nothing, because as you know, a lot of this is thankless, and our sponsors have effectively deserted us. So we're now earning money from our subscribers as opposed to sponsors. But the Ghost Rider is here in spirit. He is listening in on the conversation, and I hasten to add, that he is going to say hello to everyone for the first time live on the platform. So, Ghost Rider, welcome to the show. Thanks very much for joining us today.
Only a pleasure, Nico, Nino, Lyle. Good to hear all your voices. Yeah, it's great to be on for the very first time. Yeah, being a ghost rider, I don't disclose my looks and everything, but yeah, you can have my voice or hear my voice. I want to say it's great to see Lyle back on, looking very, very well, and looks like he has put in a bit of pudding, but then he's got a wonderful fiance that looks after him, and that he's very blessed and fortunate to have. And yeah, looking very good. And I was also in the wars. I
Yes,
also
I was
had
going to say that just before you continue, you were not well. Obviously, a lot of people subscribe to you personally, to your own personal service, but you also had issues with a hernia. We were tracking that. We were telling people about that too. So you had a break of, I think you were in hospital for 3 weeks, was it, roundabout?
Well, approximately 3 weeks. It was only meant to be like overnight, but unfortunately, I had an operation that went very, very wrong. And therefore, the same day, a couple of hours later, I had to undergo an emergency 6.5-hour operation to sort out all the damage that was done by the first op. So it's something that is not, how can I say, people don't really experience, a mishap with the first op, which should have just been like a minor op, which turned out to be a major op at the end. And yeah, but thankfully, I'm all well again. I'm on the mend. It does take time, you don't recover within a few days or weeks of this type of operation, but I'm definitely on the mend slowly, and just happy, happy to be able to study my form and try to tip as many winners and successful exotics as possible.
And I've got to say, the team have been in terrific form. I think everyone obviously has their day as a tipster, but I can be sitting right here now and tell everyone out there that if anyone subscribes to our service, you will know how well in form our guys have been. It doesn't matter what center you throw at us, we seem to find them. And I'm going to go through some of the successes, but I first of all want to tell everyone about what we're going to be doing coming up in the next days. So remember that the big Summer Cup weekend, the Betway Summer Cup, starts on Friday the 24th of November, leads into Saturday the 25th being the big Turffontein meeting, and then we've then got racing on Sunday the 26th. So it is effectively 3 race meetings that we'll be covering on the Direct Line special weekend, and it'll cost you 200 Rand. Now, what we do, Lyle, I want you to go into this whilst I bring up the slide now, is we basically all study the card. So it is 4 different opinions on each of these 3 race meetings. And a lot of work and a lot of time goes into it, but everyone has their say.
Yeah, it's a really good team, Nico. We got the Ghost Rider, who is amazing at finding these huge outside horses, and he studies like a champ. Nino can read a card anywhere in this country in 10 minutes. He has a feel for it. It's a natural talent that he has. You bring the brains to it. I mean, your merit rating knowledge and the way that you rate horses is just amazing. Particularly in those first 3-4 races. I mean, you literally work out the winner on their ratings, and it comes to it works out more often than not. So I mean, you bring all that experience in that as well, and I just bring my loving personality. So I think as a team,
and
as a team, I think we're fantastic. And I would like to throw now, if I can.
Yes.
Thank you, Nico. On the Summer Cup, I mean, just a quick thank you to Betway, who are the title sponsors for racing. They're going to go to town for this. Of course, 240 who cover it. And then, of course, we've got Studio 88 to look after the grooms continually, and World Sports Betting. So group effort. Thanks to all of them. Without them, it wouldn't happen. And I'm really looking forward to this. It'll be the first time in 10 years I'm not presenting at the Summer Cup. So it's quite sad for me.
Well, I'll miss you, because I am obviously going to be working, and I know that you've always been an integral part of it, but our thoughts will be with you, and I know you'll be following it closely. Now, why should you be joining? Well, Nino Podesta is going to tell you that when we did the charity mile meeting a few weeks back, we took a strong stance on a horse called Zeus. You'll remember that, Nino. We all liked it. You in particular said this horse can't get beat today. And because there was a carryover pick six, we took 2 different pick sixes because some people don't like to spend as much. So our main pick six, which is on the screen, cost 1,280 Rand. And then for people that couldn't afford that much, we trimmed it down a little bit. We could have even trimmed it down even further and given Puerto Manzano in like 4 or 5 horses. So it could have cost a lot less. But this was the start of our run, and it was well thought out.
Absolutely, Nico. And like you say, we could have brought this pick six down to half that cost, both of them. But it was an amazing day for us, and we both liked Zeus. I mean, when I said Zeus will win, you agreed, and no hesitation in banking it in the pick six, and that's what I like. With the confidence that we exert from one to another.
Just very quickly, I just wanted to quickly run through a couple of these legs here. The first leg, if you remember correctly, was a horse called Dice Winning, which we gave utmost respect to. The important thing was this leg, where everyone was going ahead and bankering White Pearl, when we clearly saw that Egyptian Mount White Pearl, we made it a 2-horse race. It was foolish in our eyes to bank a White Pearl.
No, it wasn't. And we made it a 2-horse race. We were never going to bank either one of them.
Yeah.
We decided from the beginning that both has to go in, and the same with the next league with the Main Defender and Sandringham Summit. And to tell the people that we were on Main Defender. We both thought that would win it.
Yeah, we were. And then the masterclass, I think, was the 4 horses in the last leg, which included Silent War. Funny enough, we had Pyromanic, which ran 3rd, and Royal Guide. Many were tipping Royal Guide as an absolute good thing, but we thought it was a little more open. So we ended up taking the money with our permutations there. Right. That was 2 weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. Now I want to bring the Ghost Rider in, because Ghost Rider, we followed that up because we had a special weekend which people subscribed to. Actually, not this last weekend, but the previous weekend, which was the big Victory Moon weekend. And that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every day there was some interesting info coming from us, but most importantly was the big Algoa Cup meeting, where the pick six paid over 40,000, and we tipped it. The Ghost Rider, come in. Are you there?
Oh, sorry, 100%. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that was very, very well done. We had and even our best bet won. It was a very, 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 very good day. Pick six paid, I think, just around 42,000 Rand. Yeah, no, that was brilliant find from all of us. You know, we all gave our input. I actually spoke to Nino Podesta early in the morning. He gave me a lot of confidence for the horse called Blackberry Malt, which I also, you know, on studying thought it would be the horse to beat. He gave me, you know, extra confidence. So that was one of our good bets on the day. And yeah, I'm plotting the pick six together. You know, we put it down as confidence. But I must also say you played a big part, Nico, because your fancy in the Go Cup was a 16-1 winner future swing.
Yeah.
You know, that was your, you know, we respected that, but we made it a very difficult race, and you were clearly in the camp of future swing. So it was a brilliant find. And that also helped lift the pick six, because it was around 16-1. I think it started around 12-1. Yeah. But it was a brilliant find. So yeah,
these are some of our successes. I know that the Ghost Riders mentioned the Friday we won the bipod on Friday. Was it the bipod or the PA on Friday? It was the bipod, was it?
No, it was a bipod that it was if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a 432 Rand perm, and it paid 3 Rand short of 900. We caught 4 times, so roughly about 3,600 Rand return for around 432 Rand. That was Friday. Yeah,
that was Friday. Saturday was Durbanville. Sunday was the big Fairview meeting. So you can see here a list of successes that we've had over the past few weeks. Now, your questions will be: how do we get onto this? Where do we contact? Who do we go to? And we all know that behind the scenes, none of us deal with the admin, so you can't actually physically get hold of any of us, because we're too busy studying to be honest. Everyone's got their noses in in some form of form book, whether it be a computer or anything. So I want to bring you in here, Lyle, because we have found this magnificent assistant and administrator by the name of Bella, who's been helping us out now quite a few months. And she is just magnificent in dealing with all the customers out there. So here we go. You can tell them how to contact Bella on these contact details here.
All right. Well, there we go. It's 079 390 5747. You can contact Bella anytime. She's very efficient. She understands horse racing as well, and she has been a fantastic find to our business. There's the email, the direct line at gmail.com.
The direct line
and
SA.
the banking.
The direct line
Thank you, Nico. SA. That's why you normally do this. The direct line sa.gmail.com. And there's the banking details. FNB check account 630-7436-9670. And the reference there, please. The reference important. Name and mobile number. And you can send that proof of payment to her, and then you get online immediately. So, yeah, like you said, Nico, she's extremely efficient. She replies to everyone. She'll speak to you personally if you need her. And, yeah, she's been a great attribute to our company.
Now, Nino, I want to end off your bit just to tell us. We offer the full month for 400 Rand. That means every single day that there is South African racing, you will get our tips. It works out, if you work out that there's probably about 25, maybe 26 meetings a month, and you're paying 400 Rand, it works out to about 15 Rand, maybe a little bit more per day. But we give that for 400 Rand. But this particular package for the Summer Cup is 200 Rand. But that's got to be value for money in your eyes, Nino. I mean, where do you get such information every day for less than 20 Rand?
No, Nico, it's impossible. It's to me, it's value for money that you're not going to get anywhere else in South Africa. We know there's a lot of tipsters out there. And you know, we don't compete with them, but we do our own studying, and we study the cards, and we talk about the cards, and all the information, experience that we have is just, you can't compare it. So this is tremendous value for money, in my opinion. And the 3 meetings will cost just over 60 Rand per meeting.
That's right. Yeah. 100 Rand.
Yeah, it's good value for money.
Right. So we're 12 days away. We're actually 11 days away from the first day, which is the Friday. We all have our own favorites on which centers we tip on. If I can mention them, Nino's, I think 2 favorites would be Cape Town, but mainly PE, although he's bloody good everywhere else. The Ghost Rider we know is particularly in Natal, but he's very good in PE and Cape Town too. Lyle, I don't want to answer for you, but I'd say would it be Joburg, then Durban, then PE, then Cape Town? How would you?
No, I'd probably put Durban at the back for me. I'm probably more Joburg, Cape Town, and then PE. Durban I struggle with, and thank God we've got the Ghost Rider.
Absolutely. I'm going to end up with the Ghost Rider because from a personal perspective, I've been going, as you know, to PE. So I find now PE has been elevated up. I would probably say that my weakest would probably be Cape Town. But definitely Joburg and PE would rank amongst the top 2. Now, Ghost Rider, you can tell people to join because you've got that way about you where you can't see you, but you can hear you and you're pretty convincing. But who would give up this opportunity of getting tips from 4 fine tipsters for just 200 Rand for the weekend or 400 Rand for the month for that matter? You've got the last word.
Well, to be very honest with you, it's an absolute gift for that amount of money. I mean, you've got 5 people, 5 guys that know their racing. And if you put all our years to experience down, you're talking well over 100 years of racing experience. And it's for really nothing. And where we differ from others is, as Nina has already said, there are a lot of different tipsters out there, but we can all tip the 4 to 10s, the 3 to 10s, and 5 to 10s. Some win, some lose. It's when you find the value, you find horses that don't have the form in the book outright, just studying the race or looking at form to win a race, but yet you pick them, the 7 to 1s, the 9 to 2s, and you make them a value because you believe they can win, but they should place. And a lot of the time they actually finish up winning.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Well, the case in
we
point was-
don't believe.
The case in point was yesterday, and that was all your duty because I took a day off. But you guys went for 2 horses yesterday, 2 value bets. They both arrived, One Religion and Silver Sanctuary. Good prices. What prices were they, Lyle?
Well, we couldn't believe the prices because when we did the show, they were about 7-2, and yeah, both about
4 to 1
7-2.
and 7 to 2. One Religion
Yeah, we
was around
couldn't-
4 to 1, and Silver Sanctuary was around 7 to 2.
Right.
Unbelievable.
We were
I think
temp-
the double
we were-
worked out about the win double like 20 to 1. Plus
We
minus.
actually we were tempted to make them the best bets, but we thought because of their price, we'll just make them values.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think they were just as good as best bets because they both won very nicely indeed. I want to end off by just once again thanking this team behind us because, you know, at the end of the day, when we were dealing with Clocking the Gallop, we were dealing with something that was co-sponsored. We're dealing with the direct line where we get absolutely no sponsorship. We rely on our subscribers to pay us for our tips. There is no funding. People that turn around and say they tip for nothing is rubbish. People will always tip provided they're paid by someone, whether it be the own subscribers or other sponsors. Tipping for nothing is never an option. So therefore, you've got to work for your money, and we work for our subscribers. Therefore, we're working for you. We're looking forward to having you on board, and that is for the Betway Summer Cup for 2023. Thanks very much again, Nino Podesta. Thanks to the Ghost Rider, who will be joining us again soon. Thanks to you, Lyle. Keep on getting better.
Thank you.
It's been brilliant seeing
Thank
you.
you.
Again. And thanks to everyone for watching. Join us for the Betway Summer Cup direct line package for just 200 Rand. Starts on Friday, the 24th of November.